Hey, Trish. I know what you've been up to.
I love that you just jumped right in because I know I've driven you nuts. Y'all, hello. Welcome to a magical new episode of What I Know So Far. I'm Trish Suhr, the gorgeous Karen Mills. Hi, Kay.
Hi.
I have driven Karen nuts, y'all, just to jump right in with my it's not even just patriotic because, of course, I love America, but I love the Olympics as a whole. As a whole, I love watching the best of every nation's athlete that's worked their butt off to do what makes them joyful, no matter what that sport is, including air pistol. I don't even know.
Right. and no matter how badly someone is standing over you, making you, the training that, it takes a certainly tremendous discipline to work out what you have to do to become an Olympic athlete, but you also have to be able to take a lot of pushing from somebody else, and it's
a lot,
mental and physical, man.
We know that you tried out for the Olympics. Watching this now, and if you didn't hear the episode, it's last week's episode. Y'all just go back. It's one back. Karen tried out for the Olympic team. I have never on any level been Olympic worthy, so and nothing. But Kay, watching it now, do you ever go, there'd been no way? Like, or do you go, I could have dealt with that level of, like you just said, like just coaching, that level of pressure.
I could have dealt with that level of pressure. I could have. Yeah, I could have. I fell short, and that was one of the biggest disappointments in my life, just because the idea of representing your country was just such an incredible honor. So I really revere all these athletes and salute them. It's so cool.
Karen gets it. I have been, if I'm not texting her or if she's not driving back from taking care of her little mama, I'm like, Kay, have you watched Kay? And she's like, no, honey, I've got so much going on. And I'm over here acting like I'm some correspondent for my neighborhood. Jason and I have zero authority watching these Olympics. We're eating them with tortilla chips and salsa, revering their skills and talking about how great they are. And then he and I both are like, tomorrow we're going to get our acts together. We're going to right the ship. We're not going. Last night we had skinny margaritas and tortilla chips.
Honey, that's sounds like a good night to me.
And cheered on them athletes.
Yes.
We were like, y'all are doing great. Pass me this also.
So does this mean that Jace has pulled away from the Braves long enough to watch the Olympics?
Well, okay, Karen, you love and know this like I do. Y'all, if you haven't listened to What I Know So Far, please, again, what we love talking about so much is what we love and know about life, and sports brings everybody together. Rate, subscribe, review, listen to us. It means a lot. But my husband, dear Jace Fincher, is from Rome, Georgia, and he is a nutty Georgia fan on all levels, every level of Georgia, and that includes the baseball team, the Braves. I am a Dodger fan, so it's tough in our house. But right now, there's a lot of injuries with the Braves.
Yes.
And it's like watching Bad News Bears. So,
it's hurting us because I'm a huge Braves fan as well.
And I was about to say, and Karen loves the Braves. So it's very difficult watching a team has all this potential, have all these injuries. And they're just, they're just trying to keep the cheese from sliding off the cracker.
Yeah, they are. And we're
praying.
I know we got pitching. We have so many injuries that not hitting. I mean, it's just it's been
a house of cards. Yeah, it's just been rough stuff. And look, our Dodgers aren't really. I say our Dodgers. I include everyone as a Dodger fan in Los Angeles. My Dodgers are not as good as they could be. They're doing good, but they're certainly not at the potential they should be at. So I understand. It's always right about now. Everybody gets a little tweaky after the All-Star game.
Yes.
Thank y'all for coming in for our sports debrief. And that is because we've been so knee-deep in Olympic excitement. Simone Biles wearing her goat necklace after winning the women's all-around, after leaving at 2021, taking care of her mental health. Everybody, Suni Lee, Jordan Childs, I want to squeeze the little necks and hug them so tight. The women's gymnastics team are bad man pajamas. It's just amazing to watch. And then Katie Ledecky. If y'all aren't watching women swimming, what are you doing with your lives? I mean, she is a machine. And then they put her training schedule the other day up, and she just said it casually, Karen, which just made me think about what you said about being an athlete. I think I could do it if you told me, okay, we're doing this and you're done in 4 years. But when you realize this is their actual career forever and this is what they do every single day, I don't know. And I'm sure they'd think the same of me and doing comedy and having to go do crazy shoots in the middle of the country, some people's country homes. They're probably like, that sounds mental. What are you doing? So fair enough. But Katie Ledecky gave her schedule and she's like, well, I get up at 5:30 in the morning and then I'm at the pool by 6. And then I do that from 6 to 8:30 or 9. And then I do weights for 2 hours. And then I have a little snack. And then maybe some lunch. And I take a little nap. And then I go right back to the pool from 2 to 4. I was like, what? And she's like, and then she does some strength training again. And then if she has to watch film, she watches film of herself to kind of watch how she was in the pool. And then she does whatever she wants from 6 to 8 p.m. and then does it all over again every single day.
Well, and let me just clarify that when I said I could do it, I meant basketball. If I had to be at the pool at 5 o'clock in the morning, I would run out into traffic.
But see that you could even do it. I've really thought about what could I do? Like what sport could I have that much love over? And I guess you're right, because I did play tennis. I could probably pull it together for tennis. You're right. But if you told me how to do it for basketball, I'd be weeping. I would be weeping.
Well, you're so disciplined, though. You could do it. It would just be a matter of if you wanted to do it, because you are very disciplined in your life.
Okay, can I tell you one quick fun story, and then we're done, and we'll get on with our fun episode today, y'all. One of my dear friends, Summer Sanders, Olympian, she years ago had invited me to this event at the Olympics. At the Golden Globes, because NBC does the Golden Globes and they do all of NBC Sports does the Olympics every year. So she goes, will you go with me? I said, sure. So we're at the Golden Globes and I'm with all these elite Olympians. I mean, Bart Connor, Nadia Comaneci. I'm with Dan. Oh gosh, I just forgot his name. I'm an Olympic speed skater. I just spaced on his last name. Amazing. Bonnie Blair, like unbelievable Olympic champions. And Bonnie Blair turns to me, speed skater, amazing human being. She turns to me and says, what sport are you? What sport did you compete in? And I lied as fast as I could with the first sport I could think of that no one would know an athlete by name. And I'm standing right next to Summer and I said, rhythmic gymnastics. To Bonnie Blair, Olympian Bonnie Blair. And she goes, ow! And then she turns to Bart Connor and goes, Bart, did you meet Trish? She's a rhythmic gymnast. And he's like, so nice to meet you. What year did you go to the Olympics? He said, what year? I said, I love Barcelona. I just said, I love Barcelona. I didn't say I went to
it was at Barcelona.
I didn't say I was there. I didn't say I competed. And Summer had no idea I'm over there lying my butt off. I just thought it'd be something funny to say. And then I was going to say, girl, I'm kidding. But because I was small. And
I was going to say, that's a testament to how good a shape you're in that you could pass for an Olympian.
I mean, I'll take it. I don't have Summer. Summer has like pythons. But I was sitting there going, oh my gosh, I've now lied to some of my heroes, Olympic heroes. And to this day, if I'm ever in an event with Summer, I'm like, please don't let Bart Connor, who I think is an amazing gymnast, who is, I don't need to think it, he is, come up to me and go, hey, girl. Here's a future rhythmic gymnast. Would you like to give her some, advice? I'm like, go into comedy.
Lie.
I was mortified. I did pray on it, y'all. Afterwards, I felt horrible about it. And I've never, ever told that story. By the way, Summer knows because I felt awful, but I've never told that story. So, tell the truth is important. Don't lie. But also, if you need to pick an obscure sport, air pistol might be good, or rhythmic gymnastics.
Or now breakdancing.
Good old breakdancing. Who knew that would be what it is? And then Karen just informed me, because I did not know. Well, we were both talking about it. I didn't know there's half court basketball in the Olympics. How? You got full court. Why do we need half court? Why do we need a 3-on-3?
I'm not sure about that. Because if you're Olympian, you ought to be able to run the full court.
I'm saying something about that. You've got to have the wind strength to make it the whole way.
I know.
I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated. So from that, because I love the Olympics so much, and it's, it's the one time a year I always feel like, too, no matter where you're from, you root for your country because you're so tickled for all these amazing athletes that have worked so hard. And people don't realize a lot of times financially they're paying for themselves to get there. There is no magical ticket sending them there. And when you start reading comments, though, okay, people are buttholes about so many things and divisive about everything. So that's what Karen and I want to talk about today.
Oh,
Haters.
Haters. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you'd be the kindest person on the planet, and there will still be people hating on you. And I don't even understand anymore.
That's when I look, and I'll toot Kay's little Kay. If you've never seen Karen do stand up, what are you waiting on? Go to KarenMills.com. Karen Mills comedy. It's KarenMills.com.
KarenMills.com.
See, I had to ask because I'll just start adding words to it because KarenMills.com and go look at her tour dates because she's one of the funniest human beings. But Karen, I say this to say, nothing you say on stage is hateful mess and nothing you say is divisive. Like you're not like inciting terror or riots. You're fun and you are fun.
I don't pick on people.
Pick on people. You state funny things. Well, Kay did a joke, and I'm going to let you set this up because when you read the comment sections of anybody's anything, somebody's always a butthole. There's always one. And Karen does this great joke. Please tell the joke about the toys joke.
Oh, yes. I talk about that I read that there are 31 millennials under the age of 40 due to their technology inventions. And that's because they grew up with better stuff. I mean, they had toys that engaged their senses and challenged their minds. I had a Slinky. Of course, I didn't invent anything. I played with a spring.
I love that joke.
And then I go on to say if they had a question, they had Google. I had the magic 8-ball. I mean, what do you mean ask again later? I need to know now. But,
so you can watch that anywhere on social media. It is a great bit. But
of course, Sugar Bear.
So you go on your comments and some butthole, and I'm going to say butthole, named Sugar Bear. Go ahead.
Sugar Bear got really hateful and torn up and told me how stupid I was, that he knew what a Slinky was and that I was killing the planet and that I shouldn't have the right to vote because I was basically an idiot and old and didn't know, and yeah. And so I don't usually comment. I usually just let things go and roll my eyes. But I went on and I said, Sugar Bear, honey, I said, what has gotten you so torn up? What is going on in your life that just sent you over the edge? Number one, this is comedy. Number two, how am I killing the planet? You don't know anything about my politics. I do everything I can to help the planet.
That's right.
And number three, you need to talk to somebody. I mean, there's something not healthy here.
I mean, he has a lot of hatred towards a Slinky, too.
Oh.
Sugar Bear.
I know, Sugar Bear. Come on.
And what a great name to cuss somebody, though. If you're going to pick a name, if you're going to start being a bully and a butthole on social media, there is a slight shout out to making your name Sugar Bear. Like, I see what you did there. I kind of appreciate it, but you got to be ready for the clap back.
Yeah.
Sugar Bear.
But that's one of a million. And I mean, I get them almost on every joke that gets posted.
Shocking?
There's at least one hater, and I don't even know what the end game is. Just
yeah. What is it? I used to get hateful ones back in forums when I was on Clean House because people got really and people for the most part are sweet. I do get some buttholes on the Camping World stuff, which is crazy. Like I'm the one that builds these RVs. Like they'll get mean, and I'm like, you do realize I am not in Elkhart, Indiana, building a single RV. I apologize for your inconvenience. Or they think my like comment section is customer service for Camping World. Y'all might want to reach out to Camping World. Have a great day. I don't know what to tell you. I hate that for you, but I am not out in the parts department helping with anything, but good luck on that. But I had this lady tell me I had a horse face when I was on Clean House and proceeded to go on and on and on the comment section of how I had a horse face. And I thought, I wish I had that much free time. I wish, because this was back before we had, y'all, this is how long I've been in the game. This was before we had smartphones. So this person had to take to a computer. They had to seek out a message board. They had to seek out a comment section on a show, on the network's website. Like, that's so much effort. And then you had to find the specific episode and then go put in that you wanted to be in this message board. Well, the great news was so many people came after this person because I didn't even know what happens. Actually, I think Niecy was the one that was like, there's some hateful lady. And I thought, who's got that kind of time? Who's got that kind of time? And I'm so sorry. And you know what? I love horses. I'm from Kentucky. I think they're darling. And if you don't like my big old mouth with my crooked teeth, have a great day. Jesus sees you.
Yeah, you've got to find a worse way to insult me than to compare me to a beautiful animal.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take my horse. I was like, do you know how long I used mane and tail in high school? This is manifestation. I wanted that flowy mane. I was like, thank you, sis. And I thought the whole time that somebody had to go out of their way to be a butthole. Like, that's what I always find, hard. And then what's harder for me now, because I always say I'm not child free. I'm a stepmama. So I have bonus children who I love and adore, but I haven't birthed a human. So I'm a professional aunt, no kids. So I get asked a lot. I went to, and another thing about me, and I know you know this, Kate, I went to 5 high schools. So we moved all the time. And I was the new kid every year. So the new kid always gets picked on. They just do by proxy. It's what happens. The new kid is not usually well loved. And I had to deal with that a lot. So a lot of my friends will ask me to talk to their kids, how to deal with bullying, because, you don't really listen to your parents. And I would give them my rules, of what I did. And these kids are like, okay, I'm going to do it. Because mine was anytime somebody was a butthole, I would just repeat and agree, because you can't do anything. You shut somebody down if you repeat what they say and agree with it. They have nowhere to go. And so I've done that a couple of times with my nieces and nephews, and they were like, it works. You won't believe it. But Jaden said that I was a booger, and I said, I am a booger. You're right. And I just kept walking, and they were like, oh. I go, yeah.
That's right. If you can't spark some reaction, they don't even want to do it. Yeah, that's right.
That's what I said. I was like, it's the kryptonite. And my friends were like, well, how didn't you tell me that? I was like, that's the number one rule in comedy. It's how you shut down a heckler. Get them done. I mean, you can be combative until you're purple, but I can be like, okay, yeah, you're done. I don't have time. You're not taking over my juju, buddy. So how do you deal when you get haters?
Well, like I said, I sometimes I'll respond. That sugar bear thing was very different. But I did exactly what you said. Recently, somebody said, I don't think you're funny. And I said, I don't either. But I'm trying to write some new material. that was the best I had in the moment, but I get it. I don't always think I'm very funny either. And but people take up for you. I mean, not to get into a long story about this, but when I went through ovarian cancer, I was always looking for something to lift my spirits. And so I was always trying to watch something funny. And when Friends originally aired, I was working comedy clubs, and I couldn't watch. You couldn't stream back then, so I couldn't watch it. So I started binging Friends when I was going through chemo. Well, it really meant so much to me during that time, because it just kept me laughing. It kept me up, and and it was so important. And I really felt like they were my friends. And when Matthew Perry passed away, it felt like I'd lost a friend. And so I posted on my Facebook that about him and that story, and that I felt like I'd lost a friend. Well, Mildred came on. Mildred came on and said he was an addict. And I thought, golly, I said, the guy just died. And so I just said, yeah, he had his struggles, and he talked about them publicly and tried to help other people. But it's still a very sad day. And again, I felt like he was my friend. And so she came on and just put LOL and just such hateful things.
Yes,
and then people on my timeline started ripping Mildred a new one. And on my timeline, I got this crazy fight going on between
The
Mildred
comment
and
section was on fire.
everybody. It was comment section on fire. They were ripping Mildred a new one, and so I thought I'm gonna go see what Mildred looks
Why
like.
is she so hateful?
Yeah.
Why does she hate Matthew Perry so much?
Yeah. So I clicked on Mildred's profile, and poor little Mildred. It was obvious it was someone had stolen her profile.
Oh no.
I guarantee you, she doesn't even know she has a Facebook page. I bet her granddaughter set it up for her. Mildred is somewhere quilting with her Bible study class. I can assure you, I doubt she even knows who Matthew Perry is.
Oh, precious Mildred. Did she probably set that up just on account of she needed to look at an old class reunion that might be happening out at the community center?
And she got a cussing on my timeline.
Over this sweet woman. Bless it.
I know.
And poor Matthew Perry's, and he probably would have stuck up for sweet Mildred too. He'd have found a way, his sweetheart.
I know.
Oh my. Isn't that true? Sometimes you sit there and you realize if it's not a bot, which we all know that these random bots, but you think, you know what? Somebody's likeness could just be used right now, Well,
there's so many people that will steal a likeness and just get on someone's page to stir the pot.
Stir a pot, honey. Stir a pot. And there ain't no time for that because I do subscribe by the Michelle Obama. When they go low, you go high. I really do in life because I'm a Capricorn. We are a lot like attack dogs. We come at you first and then, ask questions later. I'm very much like a police dog. And then I'm like, Trish, that's probably not that's not the way to go. So I have to take deep breaths.
Yep.
And go, girl, you need to think this through because you only get to respond one time. Really, there's only one first response is how I feel. And so I've gotten really calm when things happen. I tend to try to be calmer. And if people try to send me crazy mess, there's no greater joy than I get than hitting the block button.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I block people all the time. Yeah.
When I definitely was in high school, if I didn't like somebody, I used to cut their picture out of a photo. I'm like, we are not friends anymore. And I'd sit there with my little scissors and be like, cut her head out. And I'm like, really, it's the same kind of power of going, you know what? I don't need your energy in my life. I'm going to hit that block button. And it feels so good to just get weird energy out because that's the hard part. Social media is really great for connecting us all and bringing us joy and helping animals find homes and just all of us connecting. And then it's got the bad parts where you have buttholes, for lack of a better word, everybody that just want to do nothing but stir a dang pot. And whew.
And I'm not confrontational anyway, and I don't really like people fighting on my timeline.
No, your stuff is so fun. Who needs to fight?
I know. I don't understand why people have to just be so unkind for no reason.
It's exhausting.
And I think some of it's attention. I think sometimes people maybe feel unseen in their life, and if they can put something on a timeline and get a reaction, then it makes them feel like they're engaged. But I just wish there was a more positive way.
Right. You're like, what do you need? Because it's real, it's rarely about you. Whatever is being posted.
That's right.
We're saying these obviously, y'all, and I know y'all feel the same way because when you have social media, we all feel the same way because somebody's posting something on your page, even if it's something about, I don't even know, rescuing. There was that sweet police dog. Did I send that to you? Because I got everybody's butt up over it. There's a sweet police dog in Texas and his cage was reined in and there's all these floods and he was locked in his cage and all of us went nuts. They got him out. It was a big to-do, but I sent myself 5 different emails. I was over here working I lost my mind over it because it was a Malinois I had. And so I was like, they need so much energy to get out. And so anyway, Karen and I, we're nutty dog people. We're all animals, but nutty dog people. Yeah. So anyway, there were these people going, there's kids that don't have food and you're worrying about these dogs. And I was like, okay. And yes, when I say y'all, I have to check myself because I'm like, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Kids can speak. And if we all saw a child locked in a cage in pouring rain, we'd all have the same reaction. And the water was coming up, by the way. It was like the dog was in like hot water. So I say this to say it's rarely about any of us. All everybody wants to do is feel seen and be cared for. And if we all just gave each other that much grace to love and care for each other, I think we're all far more alike than we are different. So don't be butthole. And if you ask something nicely, or if you have a question nicely, we'd happily, I think, help each other find solutions. That's what I know to be true, instead of being like, you suck. What? Okay.
Well, I did make a post about dogs being chained up and that kind of thing. And I mean, I went off on people, and someone said a similar comment to me on that, about there's kids that don't have what they need, and you're worried about dogs and all that. And I'm like, where's a kid? If you tell me where kids chained up, I'll go get them all.
Same.
Tell me where they are. I'll go rescue them.
Same
They
here.
say, oh, you care about rescuing animals. No, it's not all I care about, but I do care about it.
Same.
And you know, and I've had people say to me, how can you like it's the fact that I care so much about animals, like that means I don't care about something else.
Isn't that fascinating, Karen?
I know. And I told someone recently, I said, you know, that aches my heart. And other people are advocates for other things. But I'm an advocate for animals, but I believe that God put in our heart, He put something in everyone's heart that makes it ache, so that everybody has someone advocating for.
Beautifully said. That's
what I
right.
believe.
I couldn't agree more. No, I agree. I couldn't agree more. It's much like what your purpose is in life, right?
Yeah.
Like we just said, there's no part of me in this lifetime, if God never put in my heart, Trish Suhr, you're going to be an Olympian. You're going to be an Olympic basketball player. Never, not one moment did that go in my heart. He never said, Trish Suhr, you are going to be Celine Dion's like greatest competitor. You both will sing together. Never, not one time. Not one time did he tell me, girl, get on that thing. Never, not once. He put in my heart, spread joy, tell jokes, bring love to as many people as you can, and as much as you can do it, as often as you can do it, and bring people together. I'm always trying to put that puzzle together, because he didn't give me a full roadmap. I've been much easier if he'd done that. But I wasn't put in a place to do what Karen does exactly. Her heart is different than my heart, but we can all come together with the things that we were brought together to do. I know I just got super philosophical, but I've been reading a lot of personal development books lately, and there is a great one right now that's talking just about that. And I was like, that's so true. It's what we were put here for our purpose to do. And what's in my heart, in my little square corner of the world to help animals, doesn't mean it's going to infringe on anybody helping a baby child.
No.
And if you need me to come help dig a well, call me. I'll dig well for water for little baby children. I help with little kids where I'm from in Appalachia.
Sure.
You don't know what anybody's up to, so just give grace.
That's right. That's right. And also put in my heart was to cuss people who don't take care of their animals. So,
well, and that's in my heart too. And if you don't take care of children, I will say,
be nice.
Can I tell y'all? I told the story the other day to a friend. We were on the phone because they were like, "You would be the best mom. I bet your stepkids love you." And I said, "Well, they do, thank God. But they've got great parents. I get to be the third parent, and I always call myself the bumper on the bowling alley. That's really what I am. I'm those little safety lanes that come up. So I let them do their thing. They've got two parents, but when they about to go sideways in a ditch, I'm like, soup, guards up, and I show up, and I'm like, don't do that. Don't act new. Like I show up real, no filter, no, like I'm in it, and I say it, and they receive it because they know I love them." So it is the bonus of being a bonus mom. But I was telling a story the other day because they said, "I bet you'd be great." And they said, "Why didn't you have kids of your own?" And I said, "Well, number one, couldn't. So that's one. But two, there was a day that I was at Target. I was in my 30s, and I watched this mama who had three little babies, toddlers. They were under 4, 3 kids under 4 getting into a minivan. And she had a brand new baby. Like the baby was so new, it had little tiny pink feet in a carrier. So that baby is probably, I don't know, let's just say 6 to 8 weeks. That baby was barely, if it was 2 months, I'd be shocked and awed, right? Maybe 2 months. And she's loading up them toddlers, and she put her a latte on the roof of the minivan. And I was like watching her get in, and she's got that baby. She got the new baby out of the cart, and I had already put my stuff in. So I went over. I said, "Ma'am, can I take your buggy back?" Sorry, Southern cart, the cart. And I offered to take her cart back. She was dealing with all these little children, right? And she was, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I said, sure thing. So I'm taking her cart back to the return, and she got them little children in, and she gets in. And as she's getting in, my eyes got huge, y'all, because I realized that latte's on the roof of her car. And that baby in the carrier sitting outside the car, and she pulls forward. So she left the baby, and the baby was far enough away. The baby was fine. She pulls forward, and she starts to pull out that parking spot. I walk over immediately. I'm behind her and grab that baby in the car seat, because I'm like, she'll be fine. This woman's going to realize. And I knew she'd realize because she came to a hard stop, and that latte just went down on her windshield and covered the whole front of her windshield. And I heard her scream, poor thing, in full terror. Not because her latte fell, because that's what I would have cried over with no children. But she cried because she realized she left that baby. And she stomped through that car door open, and here I come calmly walking up with the baby in the car seat. She busts into tears, looks at me, and her first thought was she thought I was going to judge her for being a bad mama. Her first thought was, she goes, I didn't mean to. And she's just crying. And I said, baby, I said, you're overwhelmed. Do not stress. I said, you've got so much going on. I said, can I please go back inside and buy you a latte? And she just bawled. And she goes, what? And I go, I'd be crying because that latte's on the windshield. Your baby's fine. You got a lot going on. Strap this one in. What were you drinking? She goes, are you serious? And I said, yes, my darling. And she pulled over, and I went in and got her a new latte. And I came back out and brought her tissues because, I had travel wipes. That's how I roll. And I handed her tissues. And I said, you've got this. You're killing it. You're doing so good. And she just said, I love you. You're an angel. And I said, you are. Get home safely and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. And that moment I went, that's a lot going on. That's a lot going on. She is a rock star. She is a warrior. I don't know if I'm built for all that. I'd like one child to blame things on. So I knew who did it. I could keep up with it with an air tag. But that was the moment that I went, oh, okay. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like that was that. Like, okay.
Okay. So this is really life-changing. Yeah.
This is life-changing. This is your whole life. And that's what I mean. She was built for that. God called her to do that. She had those babies, and she's doing great. But God called me to be an emergency contact. I'm the girl that's not going to judge you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to be there for you. And if she asked me to sit in that car and she wanted to go back in Target, I'd done it. I've been like, you need peaceful time at Target? I got you, girl. There's somebody for everybody. And that's how we tell haters to go stick it up their buddy buttholes.
Yeah. So, and
that's my long story. I've never told you that, Kay, but that's a true story.
That's so sweet. And and that little small gesture meant the world to her, I know. Not just the fact that you didn't judge her, but the fact you went and got her latte. I mean, that meant the world to her. Probably hadn't had anybody help her.
She did say that too, because she kept going, I just haven't had any help. When I was handing her the baby, she was like, I just haven't had help. And I went, honey, you're okay. And she was, I really would never leave my baby. And I thought, oh my gosh, she probably had so many people saying, you've got too much going on. And, and I thought, no, I don't know what your world's like. All I know is that you need a coffee right now more than ever. Yeah. And it just went on your windshield, and you paid good money for that. And these little kids are back there being peaceful because she was handing them out cake pops. I forgot that part of the story, but she's giving them cake pops. Like, what a good little mama, tending to everybody. And she just was so tired. And that's why I'm a professional emergency contact. People have got stuff going on, or if you've got something, you don't have to tell me the long part. Just tell me the short part. Last night, there was a little dog on the line, and Jace, my husband, texted to me during a commercial break at the Olympics and said, we've got to save Emmett. And I go, we've got 2 90-pound dogs on this sofa. What do you mean we've got to save Emmett? And he goes, hurry. And we sat on that phone and filled out foster applications because Jace Venture's like, we've got this big old yard and sweet babies. I was like, oh my gosh, we're about to become the house with all these dogs. And I said, we're going to need staff. But guess what? It was in my husband's heart. So if I have a third baby, we'll report back. Karen already does. Karen's got her new baby. How's BB doing? I've named her BB.
Yeah, baby. That's what we call it, BB.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Her hair's filling out now. She had lost so much hair. She was so malnourished. Her neck, she had no hair on her neck. She'd raise her neck up and look like E.T.
Y'all, we told the story last episode, but they have a new baby. They thought they were just going to nurse back to health. But as Karen will say, go ahead and say it, Kay. You know your joke.
Oh, well, I'm not sure I do. But
once you breastfeed, once you bottle breastfeed.
Once you breastfeed it, you can't give it away. That's right. It's a 24-hour rule around here. I mean, it's like if we find one, we got to get it somewhere quick because,
And she's so precious. It's a little cat, y'all, who looks like what is it, Gizmo from the Gremlins.
And it weighed a pound and a half.
I mean, a pound and a half. She hit the life law. Is it a girl? I don't even know. We don't know yet.
We don't know. The vet didn't know. It's too little to even tell yet. So he thinks we'll probably be able to tell in another week or so. But we can't even tell what it is.
Fascinating about cats. I find that fascinating about cats.
And Jax is obsessed.
Does he love her? Okay, Karen's got a dog. I sent you those videos the other day of Jax. Uh-huh. He was chopping the Braves chop in the air. He does it with his little paws. It's the cutest thing.
He does it to her all the time.
Does he love her? Is he up in her nose hole?
He's obsessed with her. I don't know if I'd call it love. Oh. It's more like who, what is this? I really think he thinks one of his toys came to life.
Oh, he doesn't try to hurt her though.
No. He doesn't try to hurt her. He just cries and chops at her. Oh, he doesn't know. He's
like, who are you? I can't go to sleep tonight. God knows what else will come alive.
I know. It's so funny. And it'll go up to Zoe and want to just like nudge her. And Zoe's just like, hey, kid.
Hey, kid, I've already birthed a few. I don't need you.
I'm not wanting to be a mom again. I've done that. Done my time. Scoot on out of here.
Honey, I'm in my empty nest years.
Yeah. I'm not down for this. I've already gone through menopause and I'm done.
Like, I've been there. I'm in my grandma years. So if somebody's coming to get you, fine.
Just don't get near my food and we can live together. I mean, she's so protective of food. Zoe is.
That's so, Zoe, how did I not know that?
Well, you can look at her and tell it. I mean, she's such a little tater tot.
Well, she just likes to relax though. She does
like to relax.
She's like, I have walked she didn't do her 10,000 steps. Hers are more like 1,000 steps and she good.
Not even 1,000. She walks far enough to poop and then she looks up at me and wants me to pick her up. And I said, you don't want to get your steps in, do you? You don't care about your steps.
Y'all, this is who we are. We are crazy animal people, and we're here for it, and welcome to it. Kay, is there anything else we need to let the folks know besides I will be watching the end of the Olympics, and I'm sure I'll report back next week. Sorry, everybody.
Well, I tell you what, the other thing, aside from the athletes, that I'm looking really forward to, because I know, I love Mission Impossibles and all those movies. Have you heard about the closing ceremonies?
I've heard, y'all. Have y'all heard? Karen, tell everybody. It's very exciting.
Yes. Tom Cruise is going to rappel down the stadium in Paris. And then it's going to cut to him skydiving onto the Hollywood sign, making the transition from Paris to Los Angeles for the 28 Olympics.
Which, y'all, I love a Tom Cruise.
I do too.
I love Tom. Number 2, I love a Mission Impossible themed Olympics. I think that's going to be, because listen, it is going to be Mission Impossible trying to get LA ready in 4 years. We are not Olympic ready. They just gave us the lowdown of where things could be. And it will be a traffic nightmare.
Yeah, and so you already live in a traffic nightmare.
Yeah. So I've got to figure out where I'm going to be for the Olympics because I won't be home. That's going to be for sure.
You could probably rent your house out for a lot of money and go
that's a great idea.
Mexico. Yeah.
Oh, honey, look at Karen already setting me up for success. In 4 years, when we have this conversation, I will not be home for the Olympics unless, of course, I'm hosting with Snoop Dogg. Then, of course, I'd happily hit the stage because he is killing it, y'all.
Or commentating with Summer. But
I would love that.
Yeah.
I'd be crying in a ditch to have, I'd just be she says all the professional stuff and then I sit there and say crazy mess off to the side because she'll be like, Trish, did you know that this was this in the 400 meter? And I'm like, I don't she's like, look at that touchback. I was like, how they hold their breath that long? She wants to kill me. I'm just fascinated by the entire process. So here's to the Olympic ceremony closing. We'll have that. We'll actually probably be able to talk about that, which will be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And Karen, you have a big show we need people to know that's coming up at people in the Chattanooga area. I say this because my great sister-in-laws who live near you have already called me and said, Karen's doing this really neat show at the Comedy Catch. And as if they were giving me the news. And I said, oh, but I thought, what a great time to talk about it on here. So we can get, if it isn't sold out already, because I'm sure it'll sell out quickly.
Well, it's not sold out yet, but we just announced it, but and it's coming up quick. So I didn't really give a lot of time to promote it, but it's already selling really well. But I'm just doing it because I want to work on new material. I got to work on new material. And so I just came up with this interactive comedy show called Use It or Lose It. And the audience will help me decide if I keep the joke or if I get rid of the joke. And we're going to be recording it. So, the audience could be in my social media because, I love that. Yeah. So, and what's going to be fun about it, I think, even the bad stuff could end up being really funny because and I got plenty of bad material. So,
do you have a save it for later pile? Do you have a save for later? Because, sometimes that joke, just like a musician in a song, that joke's got the legs at the beginning, but it's not there yet. Do you have like
I'm using a lot of that material.
Save for later. What are the dates of the show in Chattanooga, just so we can get people out?
It's August 11th. So it's
coming right up, y'all. So this will air just to give everybody, if you're listening to this actually will come out because I want to make sure everybody knows this comes out on the 7th. So it could be sold out by then. This will come out next Wednesday, the 7th. So by the time you're hearing this, there might be just a few tickets left, but go see Karen at the Comedy Catch, y'all, KarenMills.com, the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga.
And help me write material. And I wish you were here to do it with me.
Oh, I'd love it because my new material list just looks like a grocery list. Karen writes real jokes. I write mine looks like a little more extensive to-do list.
No, it doesn't.
No, I really, Kay, I'm more like, it's premisey for me, the way I write, and then I can tell the story and then trim the fat. So Karen's just such an amazing writer. So it's going to be amazing for y'all to go be able to watch this in real time. Do not miss it. And then she's going to be at Zany's.
At the lab in Zany's.
At the lab at Zany's.
Yeah. It's a new room, part of, there's the main room at Zany's and then the lab. It's a smaller, more intimate room and it's so much fun. And I'm doing August 16th and 17th at the lab. So
y'all, so you get 2 chances, actually 3. So don't miss them to go see Kay in Tennessee. How fun is that? I'm excited.
Yay.
Yes, girl. And tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Karen Mills Comedy on Instagram and TikTok, and Karen Mills Comedian on Facebook. And then, of course, KarenMills.com has everything.
See that? And I'm at Trish Suhr. Everything. At TRISHSUHR.
That's what you get when you have a weird spelling to a name.
I was just about to say, yeah. Not a lot of Trish Suhrs. As a matter of fact, I've met the 3 or 4 that do exist, and they're lovely. And by the way, fun fact, like a couple are from Singapore. Born and raised. Not all Trish Suhrs look exactly like the Trish Suhr you see before you, which is very interesting. And I find it fascinating. And it also shows you that just because we're all a little different doesn't mean we can't be just alike. And I love everything about that.
And they spell it S-U-H-R?
S-U-H-R. I know.
Oh, wow.
I know. I've been fascinated by it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Now there is a Trish Suhr. She's now married, but there was a Trish Suhr on Facebook that lives in Virginia. And we looked like we were related. It was wild. And we're not even a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy? She was a
doll.
That
is crazy.
I was like, what in goodness name? Because she found me. And I was like, girl, no, we're not. But you're a doll. And I thought, oh, we kind of look kin. It's very sweet. But I'm at Trish Suhr at everything on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, which also means you can watch this episode on YouTube if you're not watching it there right now. And you can listen to it, of course, wherever you download podcasts. So rate, subscribe, review. Let us know who you want on as a guest. We would love that. We're going to have more guests coming up. Everybody's been on summer break, y'all. That's why it's been tough rattling up some guests. But don't worry. They's a coming for the fall.
They's a coming.
These are coming. We can't wait. So rate, subscribe, review, and we sure love y'all. And Kay, I'll see you super soon. I'll talk to you soon.
I can't wait, honey. Yes.
I can't wait.
I know.
Mwah! Have the best day, y'all.